The year 1947 marked a monumental turning point in global history, the end of the British Empire in India and the birth of two new nations. After centuries of colonial rule, the subcontinent stood on the brink of independence. The promise of freedom, however, came with a devastating price. Archival footage captures the final days of the Raj and the feverish excitement of massive crowds gathering, awaiting the midnight hour of August 1947. The nation was promised self-rule, a moment of triumph. But beneath the celebration, a deep, volatile division was taking root that would reshape the map forever. The idea driving the separation was the two-nation theory, the belief that Hindus and Muslims in British India constituted two distinct national entities. This political and religious drive necessitated the carving out of a separate homeland, Pakistan, from the Muslim-majority regions of the subcontinent. Political leaders like Jawaharlal Nehru and Muhammad Ali Jinnah stood at the center of this irreversible political chess game, negotiating the fate of millions. The task of physically dividing the territory fell to Sir Cyril Radcliffe, a man who had never visited India before. He was given just 5 weeks. The resulting boundary, known as the Radcliffe Line, was drawn with haste, slicing through the populous provinces of Punjab and Bengal. This wasn't merely a geographic exercise, it was a brutal division of communities, splitting villages, families, and centuries of shared history along religious lines. When the border was announced, a frantic exodus began. Millions of Hindus and Sikhs moved east toward India, and Muslims moved west toward Pakistan. The journey was fraught with danger. Refugees traveled in miles-long columns, walking for weeks, or crammed onto overloaded trains. Estimates suggest up to 15 million people were displaced, one of the largest forced migrations in human history. The chaos of partition quickly descended into communal violence, driven by fear, rumor, and centuries-old tensions suddenly unleashed. The horrific violence claimed the lives of hundreds of thousands, potentially over 1 million people. Entire communities were wiped out. Homes became battlegrounds, trust vanished, and society fragmented. The emotional toll was immense, defining a generation by loss and terror. For decades, the trauma of partition was often met with silence, the memory too painful for survivors to articulate fully. But the scars remain, an inherited memory passed down through generations, shaping cultural identity and historical narratives. Today, descendants and historians actively work to recover these lost voices and understand how the past continues to define the present. Over 7 decades later, the partition remains the foundational historical event defining modern South Asia. Look at modern India and Pakistan, two nuclear-armed states, bound by geography, yet deeply divided by history. The partition's legacy lives on, shaping regional geopolitics, national identity, and the lingering hope for reconciliation among peoples forever separated by a single arbitrary line.